Let me paint you a picture. It's 2001 and you're in first grade attending a small, underfunded Midwestern elementary school. Drawing at home with mom is fun, but your school's art program has been through round after round of budget cuts and your underpaid art teacher somehow hates both children and art. Art class isn't about creativity and exploration, it's about being quiet and following directions. Then it's time for computer lab. You march with your class into a windowless room of wheezing PCs and don your cheap over-ear headphones. This kind with the itchy foam cushion that only pretends to mitigate the pinch of hard plastic pieces that were not designed for kids. However, despite the discomfort, the headphones are a good sign. The headphones mean something exciting is happening. It's time for Kid Pix Studio. The 2000s were a really interesting time to grow up as an artsy kid interested in computers and digital art. I was learning the basics alongside programs that were sluggishly evolving to accommodate increased interest in digital illustration. Kid Pix, despite feeling primitive by today's standards, was actually pretty innovative in its own way and helped introduce kids like myself to some of the basic principles underlying using computers as art-making tools. The best part about Kid Pix is that it's actually still available in a browser format for free, so Jack and I are going to check it out today and see how Kid Pix feels in 2024.
Okay, so you're going to have to familiarize me with Kid Pix. I never used Kid Pix as a kid.
Kid Pix was the best part of computer lab.
Okay, so this was you had school computers had
It
this.
was school computers.
Okay. November 1989.
Yeah, the first version came out in 1989. It was free. The guy who made it, Craig Hickman, he saw his son. Okay, something really cool is gonna happen. So cool, right?
Okay, all right. See, I'm glad you already know the software because
But like, the story is he was watching his son use Mac Paint, and his son was having trouble with the UI, so he wanted to make an art program that was user-friendly for kids.
Okay, that's really cute.
What should I draw with Kid Pix today?
Geez. Well, I mean, I feel like we need to emulate the time.
I know. So I guess we should
When were you using this the most? Because like, I think about digital drawing programs from my childhood, and I think about drawing like Gen 3 Pokemon.
Way before that.
This is even older than that?
Yeah.
Well, how old were you when you were using this? You were born in 95.
I think I was like 8.
I got Ruby and Sapphire. I got...
Oh no.
What?
That's the undo
Does it
button.
say oh no when you undo?
Let's see.
What?
It's so fun. See, Kid Pix was really an innovator at the time because unlike most drawing programs to this day, it integrates both colors and sound.
Do me a favor. What does that tool do?
Okay, so I used
This one. That one.
This
one looks like a ripple.
So this is very actually accurate because
accurate to what?
When I was playing with Kid Pix, I guess it was just like computer literacy, but you wouldn't really make art. You would just play with all of the cool tools.
I think that's what we should do then.
Just play with the cool tools.
Oh, and it's like ASMR. It's like popping bubble wrap.
Low fidelity ASMR.
Oh, it's just a whole ass tree.
Oh, I don't remember this. This is reminding me though that mostly...
Whoa! Wait, that's actually useful.
It is.
You could make like cool perspectives with that.
I should... Okay, we're gonna have another explosion, folks.
Is there just like a clear...
Mostly what kids would do would be just drawing landscapes, I think is what I'm remembering. Because you had all these tools.
Because you could just press a button and make a tree appear.
You could be an insane person. One more explosion. Because my default when I'm testing stuff out, I always draw panko.
I love the way that renders though.
I know, it actually made art making fun. And I know it's like silly with all of the effects, but it was genuinely the best.
All right. Make a panko.
I'll make a panko. I'm trying to find the brush.
Is there just, I was gonna say, is there a brush that's just like a regular brush?
So, the thing about panko is that she looks like a Dobby.
I can't believe that this is the brush that you've decided to go with.
What's wrong with my brush?
Only Only Claire could take a brush that looks like this and make something that's actually cute.
It's panko.
It is panko. You're layering your brushes right now. You can get different opacities
Kid Pix is
from
amazing.
layering your brushes.
The best possible result from this video would be a Kid Pix renaissance.
When people start using it again.
Yeah, I want there to be a renaissance of Kid Pix.
This is free,
where-
by the way, people.
Because it's
just
free.
literally just look up Kid Pix. It's just in the browser. You can just use it.
Genuinely, I think I'm probably shaking the webcam with this high octane Kid Pix footage.
Yeah, Claire really goes when Claire's working on the tablet. She's really putting her wrist into it.
Layering.
You know what you need though?
We
is you
need another brush.
I think what you do here, you go over, go one over.
To the tree.
Yeah, no, yeah. Whoa, one over.
Geometry.
Run to the right. One more to the right.
The tree.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, let's put a tree.
Yay! That's not hard. Solitaire. Let's play solitaire after this.
She's
She's speaking.
Trees.
She's
That's
got
what
a
a speak
she's got a
bubble looks
hairy
like.
thought. Oh, it's like a defragging
okay.
program.
Wait.
Not the hatching hack.
It looks so good, right?
Oh no, she figured it out. Cartoonists hate her.
I feel like I'm making this poor Panko worse.
You're making her like a visual glitch. She's like becoming fractals.
All right, let's bring back some line work.
Now put some like blue, put some CMYK colors in there.
You think so?
Yeah, make it look like she's really distorting out of reality.
That's so sad.
There's only 30 minutes left in computer lab. What if the teacher came over right now and she was like, Claire, did you finish your essay? I remember writing a lot of essays in computer science, well, computer lab.
I think I was using Kid Pix before I had ever written an essay, but I'm not sure.
I don't remember ever using something like this in computer lab. I remember using like educational games. If I could ever find anyone who's watching this right now, if you could ever find this game that's like you're in a maze and there's like an owl who's also a wizard and you have to find keys, and I think it's a typing game. I think it's teaching you how to type.
I had a typing game this was later. This was probably 3rd or 4th grade. I was doing a typing game. And the typing game was like Space Invaders. There were like asteroids.
Oh, yeah, wait, I
hurling
remember
at
that.
you.
I bet they don't even have typing classes anymore.
I was wondering
I
that
bet kids
too.
know how to type by the time they're in 1st grade just by having a phone. Like you're already familiar with a
Probably.
keyboard.
I was at the DMV the other day and I saw genuinely a baby in a baby carriage holding an iPhone.
With an iPad.
Yeah, and like swiping through different reels.
I mean, you ever see chimpanzees with iPads? It's kind of like the same thing.
I'm not sure I have. Should we add something? I feel like
Let me. Can I take a
something-
crack at this? Because
Yeah,
I've never
Don't
indulged.
forget to blow up Panko.
You passed over this guy. What does this guy do?
Which one?
This one here looks like
Oh,
blood
you'll
drops.
see. Now hold it. If you hold the brush, I think it drips more.
I mean, but that's though. Look at that.
So,
Oh, damn.
there are more. You can play with the symmetry
What does this
tool.
do? I hope this does what I think it does.
Whoa, wait, what's the pancake?
What the f***? That did not do what I thought it was gonna do at all. All right, we're gonna leave
You have
that.
a clown icon right now. All right, see, what's a pancake?
Huh?
We don't know what the pancake does.
What the?
Okay, try
What is a
again.
lollipop?
I remember that guy. I thought he was so scary.
Oh, yeah. This is what I wanted the blender to do. Panko, no! The black hole! Just kidding. Oops. Okay. Clowns.
I remember some aspect of this really scared me, and I feel like it might be the clowns. Or maybe
I can't use it.
In an older version,
That is just an audio thing. It
there
doesn't
was
do anything.
one of the erasers that was like a...
I'm making this my wallpaper when we're done with it, by the way.
Wow.
Whoa. Oh no! I did it too many times! I can't undo!
So Jack, there's one more thing I think you should do.
What?
This is what everyone was actually doing on Kid Pix. You have to do the super S.
Oh, shoot, you're right. Or as we like
Thank
to
you
call
for
it,
not swearing you would be in timeout.
I've already sworn so many times. You're gonna have a fun time censoring all that. Okay. Here comes the subjectively yes. Ready? Here we go.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna draw with moons.
Oh. Do you know how to do it? You doing it?
Do I know how to do it? Do I know how to do it? I can do it. I could do it in moons.
Wait.
I could do it in strawberries. No!
Subscribe. And Penko is the dot on the I.
Oh, shit. Oh, no, I cursed.
What's funny about Kid Pix in particular is that in addition to being genuinely fun to use, it was also, again, one of the very first digital art making programs, full stop. Despite the zany effects and child-friendly UI, Kid Pix was truly an industry innovator, and for many kids like myself, it sparked a lifelong love of digital art. Maybe this is just the nostalgia talking, but I think the browser-based iteration of Kid Pix you just saw genuinely still has merit as a fun and easy way to introduce kids to making art on a computer. Also, I would love to see you guys' Kid Pix creations if this video got you to try it out. Maybe you should post your pics to the Discord or something, I don't know. Moving on, the occasional Kid Pix days in the computer lab were few and far between, and most of my art making experience was limited to mouse drawings in Microsoft Paint, the freeware program that came pre-packaged on Windows PCs. MS Paint was also a ton of fun, even though its practical uses were mostly limited to figuring out which of your classmates could make the best Super S or 3D cube. As I got a little older though, I stumbled upon DeviantArt, and found the glorious world of scene wolves, video game comics, and unabashed teenage cringe. For some reason, I thought sparkly canines were just the absolute coolest thing, so I would regularly download those pre-made line art templates and use MS Paint to color in wolf OCs for all my friends. So this is obviously the new version of Paint, which is a little unfaithful to how I would have been drawing wolves with scene hair back in the day. I'm hoping I can still find the setting. So if you were really cool, you would go into properties
See, this is already
and
cooler.
Convert Paint to black and white.
What?
Jack, I spent a lot of time making this work.
Your mind is wired for just more artistically than mine. You already are I gotta get the gray tones down immediately. I need to have my values mapped out. Before I go in, I have to thumbnail my composition.
Do you see how it's hashed? It's like Animal Crossing kind of.
Yeah. No, you know what it looks like? It looks like the DS.
Picked up that?
Flip note. Is that what it was called? The one you can make little flip book. Flip book
so
on the DS.
I know it's another doggy. So I would always draw these dogs that had the scene hair. This is my sketch.
So you're doing an underdrawing.
I am.
I didn't even know what an underdrawing was when I was using Microsoft Paint.
It's because I found a tutorial on DeviantArt for how to sketch and then do line art in MS Paint.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
I don't really remember what the faces looked like. I think they always had bangs like this.
Always spiky.
Yeah, well, most of the artistry of Sparkle Wolves was giving them really floopy hair. What else did they have? Probably a bandana.
Probably oh yeah,
that.
That looks good. I don't know, I wasn't really a part of this world. I probably could have been.
And she's smirking. So I didn't have a tablet, so I couldn't really do clean lines. So instead I would use
you'd use
the curve tool to trace
my
sketch.
This is blowing my mind right now. I had no idea. This was in old Paint too?
I'm not using any of the new tools because that's not what this video is about.
That's actually pretty great. This is a different layer. Can you get rid of your sketch layer?
The way you do that. Oh man, which color did I just use? Maybe I shouldn't have converted it to grayscale yet.
It's boring now. I'm bored. Oh, look at this. You're breaking my computer. What is that?
Memory or
Oh, that's not a good sign. This is an authentic recreation.
I don't know what to do. It won't stop. Maybe I'll start over and not convert it to black and white.
What the hell? Oh, this is
okay,
this is really this is a sincere. Okay, well, here's something else we used to do back in the day. Here we go.
Is it Alt F4? Okay, I'll speed run another wolf and hopefully not delete the memory.
I don't know what that was.
So again, you have your shapes here. Big eyes probably. And the hair was always clipping through the eyes, right. I think. And there was one floppy ear, even though they were wolves.
Wolves can have floppy ears if they have like an ear infection.
Yeah, this is good. And a really fluffy tail. That's always how they
Fluffy?
work.
I thought they would go for more for the angular tail.
Probably, but that's not what we're about today. Okay, and then the technique, I think, yeah, you just right click if you have white as your secondary color, and you can erase your sketch layer.
And you bend it. That's
And
sick.
then you bend it, and then you would have clean line art, even though you're just using MS Paint.
And a mouse. You
And
can
a
do
mouse.
this with a mouse.
Well, that was the thing. There
You
was
can bend it like any point on that line. That's
yeah, you can bend it
pretty
twice.
incredible.
Okay, that looks good.
That does look good. Oh, she's angry. Oh no, there she goes. Okay.
No, she's really chill. She's really quiet.
What is
except with her friends, who are the only people who actually understand her.
Oh, they see her true
And
side.
she really likes listening to Good Charlotte. And she hates doing homework.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does she go to church?
Jack, of course not.
Well, but her mom
She-
makes her.
Yeah, well, her mom tries to make her, but no one can really control her. I might.
What kind of powers does she have?
Well, her eyes change color when she's angry,
Okay.
and
From what to what?
purple to violet. It kind of.
You know what?
went
Actually, you know what?
hand
That's a
in
good.
hand.
That's a good point. Can I show you what I used to do in Microsoft Paint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me get these quick fluffs.
And color
then-
in her eye too.
I will. I'll erase my sketch and then you can do the rest. I feel like there were a lot of vampire wolf hybrids out in DeviantArt.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure. I just feel like they were probably out there.
No, I don't think anyone has ever drawn a vampire wolf and put it on DeviantArt. That sounds
I don't know. I'm
impossible.
just trying to remember, but
There's
it's
absolutely
been a
no
while.
way.
Okay, what color are her eyes?
You said they were violet.
Oh yeah. And she's pink. Is that what we agreed on?
I didn't say that. I mean, I'm not gonna.
Bright blue, I think is what.
Yeah,
we
I
said.
said neon blue, like error screen. Blue.
Oh, this is true. So the
Yeah,
default
yeah,
colors
yeah.
used to be a lot brighter than what they are now. So I do think I have to honor that.
Yeah, now we're talking.
And her hair is
No, I think her hair should just be another shade of like even darker blue.
darker blue. Okay.
May I?
Yeah, and you may actually.
Let me just. Okay, after this, I'm going to show you what I did in Microsoft Paint. You're going to
Okay.
realize why I don't know how any of these tools work. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
that was
is good. That is
I
good.
think I had a wolf coyote OC that was named either like Feather or Flight. And the really cool thing about her was that she had wings.
Cannot save this to this PC.
That's-
I'll
what
save
is
it.
going on
I'll
with
save it to
me?
download. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, this is great and everything, but this is what Jack used to do.
Okay.
All right, Jack would go to Google Images. All right, he'd go to Google Images. You guys can't see this right now, but all right, he would look up his favorite Pokemon. He'd look up
Oh, I think I
Mudkip.
know what's coming.
Okay, and he'd find like this.
Yeah.
Okay, he'd just copy. All right, he'd paste. All right, here comes Mudkip, right in there.
Yeah.
All right, and you have to imagine too. At this point, my sister is sitting right next to me. I'm like 8, she's like 4, and
And this is cool stuff. Right
this
here.
is really cool stuff. And then what we would do is I would then Google birthday cake.
birthday cake.
Yeah, see, you don't know where this is going. You have no
I
idea
thought
where
you
this
were
is
just gonna
going.
Use the paint tool, but now I really don't.
You have
know.
no idea where this is going. And then you would have to search up birthday cake clip art. If it was now, I would say like transparent PNG, but I didn't know what any of those words meant, so I would do like clip art. This is far too modern. I need to find something. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, now we're going.
Okay.
Because I wanted it to look cartoony, because it couldn't be a realistic cake next to a cartoon Mudkip. Okay, well, shit. Where'd it go? Okay.
Okay.
And we shrink that down, bring him over here. Okay, then you search up birthday hat clip art. And I think I would actually go through the time to like,
Would you get rid of the white?
yeah, I would. I'm not gonna do that now, but I would actually. Okay, and I need his cake back. Well, I'm broken.
Jack's a professional.
I've been
Pokemon
using-
artist, by the way.
I've been using other stupid drawing programs for too long. So this is it, and then Ash would be there.
Ash would be there too.
We would just find a bunch of characters that we like,
And just put them
and we
in
would
the
it would be like we'd come up with a theme. It would be like Mudkip's birthday, and we would just
thing.
fill up the canvas
That's really cool.
with a bunch of different characters and be like, who would come to Mudkip's birthday? Kyogre would come to Mudkip's birthday.
Let me show you one other thing. I'm gonna
Give me the tips.
Innovate on your artwork. You can make your own brushes in MS Paint, and that's always been the case.
Oh, could you make a Mudkip brush?
Yeah, I could make a Mudkip brush. New transparent selection.
Oh,
there
yes!
Okay.
No, the Mudkip worm. No, he's killing Ash. He turned Ash into a Mudkip.
Okay, well, anyway.
See, I wish you were around when I was a kid, so you could have shown me all these things. It would have so much fun with this.
Back to DeviantArt. As cringe as DeviantArt could be, and I mean that in the most positive way possible, I love that teens had a safe space to explore their interests without being shamed for it. It's also where I found out that illustration could be a career and learned about the graphics tablets that enabled professional quality digital art. Like I said, all this digital art stuff was still relatively newish at the time. The early 2000s were big for tablet technology becoming accessible to the average hobbyist artist. The first drawing tablet I could find that actually resembles the drawing tablets we have now was Wacom's Graphire 3, which retailed at about $200 in 2003. Though the Graphire 3 wasn't a huge success, it did preclude rising interest in drawing tablets at consumer price points. My first tablet was a gently used Wacom Intuos 3, which I was actually still using up through my senior year of art school. Eventually, the DeviantArt class gap between those who knew how to pirate Photoshop and those who didn't started to feel staggering. Feeling like my very, very cool drawings of wolves and dragons were disadvantaged by my lack of serious art-making software, I broke up with MS Paint and started exploring the wild world of collaborative online drawing platforms. I remember using artgrounds.com in particular quite a bit, and I'm honestly pretty sad to find out that it's no longer around. However, in 2010, DeviantArt launched Muro, a web-based art-making tool available for free to all their users. Muro had a bunch of interesting brushes, could support multiple layers, and unlike on Artgrounds and iScribble, there was no chance of crude internet vandalism ruining your blushing Sasuke. As a sort of representative for all of the other 2010s era web-based drawing programs, we're also going to revisit Muro today.
Alright, so now we have to go to DA Muro. Now this is my turf.
Jack's gonna
This is my turf now, DA Muro. So everyone get aside here. Alright, so DA Muro. This is DeviantArt Muro.
Now, this is not something I really had any personal experience with. DA Muro is also kind of a stand-in for all of the similar online drawing programs, like Artgrounds is what I used, and there was also iScribble and I think Paint.net. Are we drawing Rayquaza?
And we're gonna up those spikes. No, I'm just.
Whoa.
So this is not something I remember. There was a brush.
This is newer. I think I used personally DA Muro once to draw Sonic the Hedgehog fan art.
Here's the thing. I guess no one used DA Muro. We put that poll
we did do a poll
on the community page, and like 1% of everyone who voted.
I kind of have a hunch that by the time DA Muro was released, a lot of people actually did have access to other free or inexpensive drawing programs.
Am I crazy right now? Or is this thing suck? Like I can't.
I don't know. I never used it.
This isn't working like at all.
It really isn't. Do you have low opacity?
No. Okay, the other brushes don't work.
Maybe that's why you can't find it from the homepage.
Like, did they just stop
supporting
this? Like, it doesn't work.
That would be really funny.
Okay, here's the brush that I like to use, though.
DA Muro didn't work, but Kid Pix still works.
Now, this doesn't even look like the brush I like to use. Well, some of these brushes work. It looks like the newer brushes don't work, though. Well, I used DA Muro just because it was free. I remember I got
Which I do think is pretty cool.
And this is much later in my life than what you were talking about.
DA Muro came out in 2010.
Yeah,
so
I was using this
freshman year of high school.
Jesus,
right?
I thought I was younger than that.
Maybe it was 8th
No,
grade.
I think you're right. I think that is our freshman year of high school. I thought I was younger than that, but no, I guess it was. I was drawing Free Realms, Infinity Blade. Yeah, okay, that's high school. But I liked it just because at that point in my life, I understood that professional illustrators used digital drawing programs, but I didn't understand anything about digital drawing programs, and neither did my mom. So like I asked my mom to buy me a tablet. She bought me a tablet, but I didn't have a drawing software. And I used DeviantArt a lot. I like to follow Romantically Apocalyptic. I don't know if anyone else, but like I really liked this comic series. It was Jesus.
Bold of you to go with the shading.
Yeah, no. This is also, that's not how I drew when I was in high school. I have to.
You can editorialize a little bit.
I would pretty much, that was like my go-to, is just to draw a dragon. This brush kind of sucks.
It kind of does.
It tricked me into thinking it would look cool, but it kind of sucked. This
especially-
really looks like something I drew when I was in high school, though.
I mean, even though it's not working very well right now, I do think it's really great that a light version of a digital drawing software that is reminiscent of like Photoshop or something that's actually industry standard. That's cool that it was just available to young artsy kids.
And honestly, like even now, like this is not what it looked like when I used it, but even now it's got a lot of options. It's got different brush thicknesses.
I see the waviness on that line. I remember that my lines shook a lot when I tried to use DeviantArt Muro, and I think that's one of the things that turned me off from it.
So
Jack, this is looking a little cool.
I always made my people very anime because they either looked like they were from an anime, or they looked like they were from Calvin and Hobbes. Those are like my two standards of reference for drawing humans. I would always do that. I would put the cross.
I did 2 lines to like show how big an anime.
And then I wouldn't use them, and then I would just put like my eye here and here.
Yeah, because I wanted to have the right artistic method, but I wouldn't actually follow it.
Yeah. And then like I was really bad at doing like any kind of emotion. If they weren't just doing like a default smile, it would get ugly. I had this character, so when I was in elementary school, I had these 2 characters that I called the Boo Boys. And one was just this little ghost that looked like this.
Okay, that's charming.
And then one was a dragon, and he looked like this.
Is he a dragon hatchling?
No, that's his lower jaw.
Oh, okay.
But as I got older, I always liked to update them. So like when I was in middle school and high school, I made like newer versions of them. And I remember having a book that sort of gave me a better idea of like the anatomy of a dragon's head. And that's when I made like the brow and snout. I made the transition.
I had a real breakthrough moment for Dragon Eyes. This was from a DeviantArt tutorial where like it was the scowling eye and then like bags under the eye. I was like, oh, that's how you make a dragon eye. Yeah. By having this like.
Well, I had a similar
look.
I had a similar experience, but it was like, you do something. This was after I played Skyrim, because I really liked the way the dragons looked in Skyrim. So again, this was like high school. You do one of these.
Yeah, lots of scales. That was something I really liked to do way before I was ready to do it, but like. Individually drawing a lot of scales or feathers, I thought gave me a really professional looking graphite drawing most of the time.
I mean, I think that if you want to learn digital illustration, you might as well start with something like this.
This is a lot nicer than I think MS Paint still. Though actually the new Paint,
as long as
honestly,
your tablet works.
The new Paint worked pretty well, and there are a lot more tools.
The other thing that's nice about DA Muro that I also liked about it was that it has the social element, so you can immediately upload something right after drawing it, and I think that's nice. It's a kind of a double-edged sword.
It is nice.
But I think that part of what helps people get into art and illustration is that feeling of interactivity with the community.
Totally.
So like,
yeah, it is cool having that social element, and groups used to be a big thing on DeviantArt.
Yeah.
I don't know. People will have to tell us in the comments. I was really ready to give a big endorsement for DeviantArt, but when I was poking around trying to gather images for this video, the front page was almost all like AI art adoptables, which really rubbed me the wrong way. So I don't know, you guys will have to tell us if DeviantArt is still worth engaging with in 2024. Very cool fire, Jack.
Thank you. That's pretty cool, right?
The reason I'm talking about all this stuff today isn't just because I want to reminisce about the awkward Wild West of early digital art, or at least that's not the only reason. I also want to put a spotlight on these early programs and point out how amazing it was that they were able to get kids excited about art making, even if their schools were experiencing issues with arts funding. I think that the accessibility of these tools is seriously cool, and I just wanted to take a minute to celebrate that and have a little fun with these programs that were so influential to my art and my upbringing. As you've already seen, all of the programs we've looked at today still have free versions easily available in some form or another. Even today, in 2024, I think these programs still mostly have real merit as both teaching tools and as easy-to-use art programs for beginner digital artists. Regardless, I hope I was able to share a little love for these freeware programs today, and I hope you had as much fun as we did. Okay, on that note, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching us revisit these old programs, and if you did enjoy this video, it would really mean a lot if you took a second to like and comment. Your engagement is a great way to support this channel without spending a penny. I also want to give a huge shout out to our patrons, whose financial support literally makes videos like these possible. If you'd like to join our incredible group of backers, there's a link in the description that will take you to our Patreon and allow you to see all the awesome exclusive rewards, including prints and stickers, that we ship to our amazing supporters every month. Thank you all so much once again, and we hope you have a great week. Peace!